We want to get to that interview with the Ministry of Public Administration because the Ministry of Public Administration has been charged with leading the renewal and modernization of the public service. And they plan to do that by using Ebased Competency Development Program. I have with me Claudel McKellar, who is the Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry. Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Rishi.
Tell me about the Ebased Competency Development Program.
Well, all right. Well, thank you for having us in studio this morning, and good morning to your viewers as well. As you mentioned, yes, the Ministry of Public Administration is charged with the responsibility of public service renewal, modernization, transformation, as you like it. The Ebased Competency Development Program is just one plank of our thrust towards public service reform and modernization. The program is essentially a training and development solution that the ministry has developed and put forward. It is actually the first online training program that the ministry or the public service as a whole has put forward. So we're very excited about it and its potential. Just echoing with what you said earlier, what it promises really is skill-based development for public officers. We know many people within the society at large constantly have issues with the quality of customer service that they receive from public officers. So this is one element of our plan to upgrade and push forward with training of public officers, from which we really hope that the quality of service will be tremendously improved.
And I'm glad you said that people complain basically about the service that they get from the public sector, because I was trying to think of a nice way to say it so that people, members of the public service, don't feel offended.
Right.
But yeah, they really need some training.
Yes, that is true, but at the same time we recognize that there are pockets where there are excellent service. People talk about the Ministry of Transport and the renewal of driver's permits. That is one area that has really been pushing forward. In the Inland Revenue Division, online e-tax has really been a success. So there are areas in which the services is improving, but we want to make sure that there's an all-round improvement and citizens feel a lot better about their interactions with the public service.
So how did the ministry come up with this plan, this Ebased Competency Development Program?
Okay, at the heart of it, the Ministry of Public Administration is charged with human resource development in the public service. So that falls within our lap. But another element of what we do, apart from service delivery, is about advancing the ICT usage within the public service. And in that regard, I could just add that we recently had approval for our ICT plan, but that will probably be the subject of a subsequent interview.
Yeah.
But we really want to advance public service reform, renewal, improve customer service through the use of ICT, right? So we really thought about how could we go about making training more accessible to public officers, where they are, when they needed it, just in time, and taking cognizance of the fact that the demography of the public service has changed, in that there are a lot more younger officers. Officers across all age groups are much more IT savvy than they were, let us say, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Everybody is familiar with a smartphone, they're on their iPads, they're on their computers. So we thought that the use of ICT, online training, which is really not new, but that would be a tremendous opportunity to provide training to a wider range of officers and probably in more areas than possible.
Has it started, or when is it going to start?
It has started. Actually, we kicked off around June last year. So we've actually trained to date about 500 officers from 5 ministries. To date, we've trained officers from the Ministry of National Security. We've done the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, the Archives Division in the Ministry of Communication. We've done the Ministry of Public Utilities and the Ministry of Community Development, Arts and Culture.
But how many people are there to be trained in total?
Well, the public service, mainstream public service, if we're talking about officers within ministries and departments, we could be looking at over 30,000 officers. And if you extend it even to the teaching service, the protective services, online training provides the opportunity for all public officers to be exposed to training.
So a lot of people to be trained. How long is this expected to go on for? Or is it a continuous?
It's a continuous thing. I should mention that in terms of trying to provide training that would directly impact on customer service and the interactions that public officers have with citizens, the training that we've done to date, we've done training in business writing, we've done supervisory skills and computer skills. So like I said, trying to enhance our officers' ability to use ICT. And very shortly, we'll be launching our customer service module as well.
Are people excited about it?
Yes, I think we've been able to generate quite a good deal of excitement and enthusiasm for the training. Again, the flexibility that it allows officers. So traditional training and development learning within the public service has really been in the classroom, stand-up training. And sometimes your ability to reach as wide a target audience as possible is limited with classroom training. So when this approach, the Ebased training module came upon, people really grabbed at it. They're very excited. Like I said, the demographic of the public service has changed, particularly the younger ones. You find officers who could not have been exposed to training as often as they would have liked, really grabbed at it. So there's quite a great deal of buzz about it.
You talk about the training, being able to improve customer service and that kind of thing. If you get into that, what can we expect? So, okay, yes, they would be able to learn customer service, but what does the program entail? What are some of the training mechanisms in place to ensure that at the end of this program, these people are actually better equipped to deal with members of the public?
Right. And again, just carrying on from what I said is the excitement and the buzz that we have about it. So I said that we've traditionally done stand-up classroom training. What we've found, and this is out there in practice, is that online training facilitates a higher level of retention on the part of the learner than the classroom training. Traditionally, classroom training, you might have a 30–40% retention, and that would definitely impact on the quality of performance and change of behavior that you'd see after. Online training actually boasts as much as 70–80% retention. So that just speaks volumes in terms of the likely and the promised benefits and changes in behavior.
Mr. Magella, we have 30 seconds to go to your closing comments.
Again, we are very excited about the Ebased online training. Like I said, it provides tremendous opportunities for training for all public officers, impacting their skills, their abilities to deliver to the citizens. And we want to assure the national community that we are using this vehicle to do it and that they can continue to look forward to improve customer service from us.
And I hope that there is some improvement in customer service in some areas, as you mentioned. Some areas they have been performing exceptionally well, and in others, you know, there really needs to be some kind of work. Thank you very much, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Mr. Claudel Magella, chatting with us about the Ebased Competency Development Program. This is now on TTT. We take a break and come back with more.